Matcha with God in the morning. With God in the morning. With God in the morning. Hey guys, today I want to talk about aligning your will with God's. Some people think of aligning their will with God's as some grand, crazy thing that they have to do, where now they have to turn off from the universe, leave all their relationships, leave their job, leave their house, leave all the familiar, and go off into a mountain, in a cave, or whatever, and chill there for months on end, reaching enlightenment through meditating in silence and not seeing anybody. But that's just not necessary. It's not necessary to go through an extreme to reach enlightenment. It's in fact almost hindering, because you stay in that cave, you stay in that mountain, you stay wherever, you come out of it, and then you're surrounded by all of the familiars. You're surrounded with people, and you've forgotten how to act around people. You've forgotten how to be in the real world while holding on to God's will. You had to go seclude yourself and separate yourself further from the people and the things around you in order to reach any kind of state where you were in receivership mode to God. But that's not how it is. Receivership mode to God is each and every instant you are alive here on this plane and beyond. So in order to align with God's will, all you actually have to do is make a conscious choice, a conscious decision to hand over your thoughts, to hand over your beingness as a personality, as familiar, as patterns, and handing it over to God and saying, I trust you. It doesn't mean sacrifice. People think it means sacrifice, but you can't sacrifice something that doesn't exist. You can't sacrifice something you actually aren't. All ascension is the grand remembering of who you already are. Nothing is required of you. There's no course you have to take. There's no book you have to read. There's nothing you have to do except go inward, go into yourself, and remember that unity of self with love, with God, with one-mindedness. And I don't mean one-mindedness as in the personality you've carried around, as in the name of the body you've lugged around for all of these years in this lifetime. That is not what I mean. One-mindedness is uniting yourself with your Creator. One-mindedness is uniting yourself with love, because that's all your Creator is. And if love is all-encompassing, which it is, and you let that flow through you, everything you're going to do is going to be out of joy. Everything you're going to do is going to be out of bliss. You're going to have fun in the moment. You're going to feel the light within you, and you're going to be able to extend it for others to see so that they may remember themselves too. But how are you going to offer that light to other people if you're stuck in a mountain hiding yourself? It's important to remember that just like everything else out there is symbols returning us back home, we are the symbol returning all of our brothers and sisters back into unity with us, with one, with God. So if we hide ourselves, if we feel all the light in the world, and then we hide it, we're stuffing it, and we're not reaching the maximum level of light that we could possibly attain within these bodies, because we're saying, I'll take light, but only this much. I'll take light, but I'm not going to spread it. It's in the spreading that we learn to be able to hold more light and to be able to expand to different lengths. And it makes so much sense, because if you're carrying around only this certain amount of light and it's staying only for yourself, it's going to surround yourself to a certain extent. But when you say, okay, yes, I choose this light and love for me, but me is in the everybody, so I choose it for them too, it's going to go... Sorry, I think I spit a little bit. It's gonna go. And when you're expanded like that at all levels, anybody who walks into your field is gonna be affected by it. They're gonna feel that. They're gonna remember that light, and they're gonna remember it in themselves. Even if they're not consciously aware of the feeling they're getting by your light, their field is still mingling with yours. Their field is still mingling, and there is still a remembrance inside them, whether they have chosen to remember or are completely shut off. You give them that opportunity of reflection by being yourself and by showing yourself to the world, because what you're actually showing isn't your personality, your body. You are showing your higher self, your highest self, your love, and that is them too. It is not just for you. So when you're sharing and when you're flowing, the universe says, okay, so we can send her more. We trust her with more. That's okay. So let's just keep blasting her with love. Let's keep blasting her with love. And if she shares it, she keeps sharing it, and we keep seeing she's in unison with us. She's in unison with our mission, which is love, which is to give love, which is to spread love. Then we're just going to give her so much more, because the world needs to remember who we are. The world needs to remember what it is at its core. So you're going to receive so much more downloads the more you love. You're going to receive so much more insight the more you love. And the more you align yourself with love, the easier it gets to recognize these signs that the universe is giving you. The easier it is to recognize God's will. The easier it is, because you see much clearer. It's not convoluted by your own selfish personality thoughts that you've carried around for so long. Instead, it's mingling with the field of divine. It's mingling with the field of God. And when it's mingling with the field of God, that's when the miracles and magic happens. So all ascension actually is being yourself at its truest core. And when you are yourself at your truest core, you are God. You are love. And it's easy because you already are it. It's just remembering. It's constantly remembering. It's choosing to remember, no matter what thought games are going on, no matter what programs, no matter what systems are telling you different, no matter how many stories you've got going on, no matter how intense they are. It is a constant choice to align with that of one, with that of God, with that of love. And the more you choose it, the more you become it. The more you become it, the more it manifests all around you. The more it manifests all around you, the more symbols you obtain, the more symbolic you become for everybody. Because we're all in this together. How could we not be? We're all one. So we're all in this together, united in love and oneness. So if we want to go back home together, we have to be the symbols for each other. And in order to be the symbols for each other, we have to align ourselves with God's will and trust that it is what is best for us, because God would not want anything less than what is best for us. And as long as you are loving, you are goddamn successful, and it doesn't matter what anybody has to say about it. If you are love, if you're remembering your love, if you're doing what you specifically have to do when you are aligned with love, then you're doing fabulously, and the details don't matter. So if you liked this content, please subscribe and hit the bell notification, and I'll be posting more content like this every Sunday and Tuesday. I love God. I love love. I love making content like this. So I hope that you enjoy. Leave a comment if you have any questions or concerns, and I will happily answer. Bye.